And we're live. Look at that. Boom. So easy. All right. Let's make sure we're sharing this. Although it's like now that we got the page going.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we might not need to post. I don't know. We'll see.
No, that's fine.
We'll see what happens.
The page only has 200 likes and
Only 200.
we got some friends. Man, oh man, crazy day. Let's get the audience filled in really quick. I would like to share. I'd like to share this, please.
There's some cool Facebook groups.
Yeah, what other groups you finding on there?
EA Sports, NCAA Football 14.
Okay, probably for the people who like to play the last college football game that was made.
That I have.
That you had. All right. Now, once we get that done, 3 people are in.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
We're going to tell the people. I don't know if we have any new viewers or not today. We'll have to
Yeah,
tell
I
them
was
that it's the show is about them.
I was thinking of we should maybe make a post, say, hey, this is what we are.
Yeah.
Post
That's actually smart because I didn't think we got new people possibly coming on and watching us today, and we kind of had to fill in and tell them, or at least the people who have been watching, maybe they can help them out with what's going on. But we just sit here and drink coffee and discuss. You propose questions, we take them. We're just going to talk about sports and what's going on, whatever we see on Twitter. That's basically what the show is. There's no plan going into it or nothing. We just go with the coffee. Once the coffee's on, we go with it.
The coffee's on.
Oh man, but we'll get comment. Let us know what you're doing this morning. Drinking your coffee.
Yeah.
Watch any sports last night? Anything from the weekend catch your guys' attention? We'll get to it. We're just gonna wait a second while we wait.
Can I change the Facebook description?
What's the Facebook description?
A video stream where the audience matters. Grab your favorite cup of Joe and join the randomness.
Yeah, what do you want to change it to?
I was gonna just make it very direct, welcome to Coffee's On. This is what our show is.
Yeah, you can do that. We can do all that. There you go. We can do that at the end of the show. We'll do that at the end of the show. I don't even know who's in the
well, right, like Marco said.
What did you say when you came out? Oh yeah, you wanted some roast. We had some roast heat later today. Got some roast. We got some Miriam, Armand's mom, coming in clutch yesterday with the cooking.
There's some pot roast. We already finished the fried chicken.
Fried chicken's gone. Mashed potato. Oh man, the mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
they're very good.
They were pretty good. They were really potatoes. Buttery.
Yep. She mashed it herself. Look, Danny's drinking his hotel in the coffee room. There we go. Pops has joined. Coffee's on. He watched some football last night. He was calling me once he got off the train. Yeah. He's an excited Chiefs fan. We're going to talk some Cleveland and Kansas City divisional. We'll get some NFL talk.
Cleveland and Buffalo in the divisional round. Imagine if I told you that a few years. That's shocking.
Are you drinking the hotel coffee, Danny? Are you drinking? Did you bring some Folgers with you? What are they providing? At the good old, I feel like he's at a Best Western or something. Usually the railroaders stay at Best Western.
Here?
I'm not giving that. That's undisclosed detail.
Oh yeah,
they go everywhere.
It could be Tallahassee.
It could be Colorado Springs.
It could be
L.A.
Independence, Nevada.
Is that a place?
It could be.
Someone paid attention in the geography.
You know what I did realize when I was young was when I would look at state maps.
Yeah.
I wonder if every state has a city named Washington.
Is there a Washington, Kansas?
I'm sure there is. There's so many cities in a state.
Oh, we didn't do our other check. We didn't check to make sure we could actually be heard. Oh, there we go. Tallahassee shut out. Mitch is letting us know. All right, it's good. The audience is working. We tried something new today. We got longer cords for our mics so that we can actually attach it to our shirts and not on the laptops. You guys see the whiteboard behind us, Big Trust. We're going to start off the show with some Big Trust. We'll get to that in a second as we wait for some more people to get in because we got a special announcement from our Ravens fan in the apartment. So we're going to be talking some Big Trust to start off the show today. First off, quick question. Well, quick question off the bat. Which divisional game excites you guys the most? That's the first question of the game. Which divisional game excites you guys the most? We got Chiefs and Browns. We got Ravens and Bills. We have Buccaneers
That's my
and
answer.
Saints, and we have Packers and Rams.
I think Ravens Bills is the most exciting
You
game.
think so?
Yeah.
No, even with
I
Brady and
It's an old Brady.
Breeze.
Old
Yeah, we
Breeze.
get them at their old.
We do. We
Oldest.
get them at their old.
Man, look at him. Danny said no, it ain't undisclosed. He's putting his discussion right. He's putting his location out there right there.
Well, good.
Castle Greek Guest Coffee. Yes, Mitch Osterlin, our friend Mitch Osterlin, coming in. Bills and Ravens is his.
I agree.
His game.
It's
going to be the
truly
one.
is.
All right. With further ado, since Mitch already calling it, that is going to be the game of the week for the divisional. We're going to call down our roommate Terrell Henderson, the Ravens, the flock. He's got a special announcement for all you NFL viewers out there.
Terrell Henderson, will you come on down?
As his 5-seeded Ravens took down the Tennessee Titans
Tennessee Titans, division champs.
in a rubber match game.
In a rubber match.
Grandma Jan is drinking her coffee in California. We'd love to hear that. California shout out.
California.
All right, come on down, Terrell. I'm waiting for this big trust.
Can people hear this?
Yeah, people can hear you.
Can people hear this?
You gotta get on camera.
This is exclusive. This is okay for the show.
No, you gotta turn it down when you talk.
I'm talking, bro. Is the explicit music? Is this show explicit?
Yeah, we're on a stream.
All right, cool. It's not. The music is important.
All right, just talk. Sit down and talk.
I'll talk after the music for a little bit. The
Now,
instant.
I want them to be able to hear you and not 50 Cent.
I'm gonna talk after the music.
This is like his entrance into the show when he starts.
Well,
standing
it's
it
not
up.
an
Don't
entrance
worry.
anymore. I
Don't
talked
worry.
during the entire entrance.
I know.
So I might as well just.
Well, welcome Terrell to our
You didn't tell
show.
me this was going. We didn't play.
I said I told you I was playing the intro
All
music.
right, come on.
I didn't say that. Did I not tell you that?
I didn't hear you.
Welcome
You
from
confirmed it.
Springfield.
Wait,
I thought you guys were just talking about music.
No.
Well, Terrell,
I ruined this fire.
it's okay.
Oh my God!
It's
we
okay.
literally confirmed
I'll act like I didn't
You want
know.
me to do it? You want
Hey,
me to do it?
No,
No. Here's this.
We
Music
confirmed
goes down
this.
patiently wait. Terrell Henderson,
we
welcome to
confirmed
Coffee
this during
John.
I thought I confirmed this with the creators during the pre-show. I don't understand. You
Listen.
I had your confirmation.
I had to set up the show. All right, man. You confirmed
I had
with
your
the other producer.
confirmation.
The other producer was working. All right, talk, man. Big trust.
Well, Terrell Henderson, welcome to our show. Coffee's on. Terrell Henderson, everybody.
Woohoo! Yeah, woo! Y'all see it.
Had a
Y'all
bit-
see this thing.
Had a big game today. Yesterday.
A year ago.
Big game.
A year ago, after a fantastic 14-2 season, our hearts were crushed. Hearts were crushed in our own stadium against the Tennessee Titans.
No F-bombs.
All right. And what you said, it was.
Hey.
Was, all right.
Just go.
And then this season we played them again. They decided to disrespect our coach. And that's where we draw the
Who's
line.
they? Who's they?
The Tennessee Titans. Malcolm Butler, in particular. Malcolm Butler, who thinks he's a somebody. Not even a top 15 corner in the league. You think you're somebody, you come in my stadium, and you disrespect our coach. That's where we draw the line. But we got our revenge yesterday. Not only did the defense hold Mr. King Henry, is this your King Henry? To 40 yards, 18 carries. You tried oh so much. But this man also proved something to all you critics, haters, and everybody in between. You got the playoffs. Got a playoff win. Can't throw. Can't do this. Can't do that. Kyler Murray at some point was better than this man. Where's Kyler Murray at right now? He's sitting on this couch. He's watching. He's watching this man. You got DeAndre Hopkins. Got yourself the number one receiver. Hey, I'll take this number one receiver any day.
Hey.
You best believe that.
Someone we got a hater in the messages.
They won't beat the Bills. Hey, that's cool. Losses are important. Remember that. Bills been hot all season. A loss is coming their way. Also, remember, Bills have a terrible rushing defense. We're on their way. Well, I packed my. Hey, honestly, best believe this. I can say this honestly. I was expecting Kansas City. I was expecting.
As we all
I
were.
was expecting to stay here. But I'm packing my bags for Buffalo.
Which we're all fine with.
Yeah, I'm flying into Buffalo this weekend. It's great. It's gonna be fantastic.
There you go, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
The first helmet of the show goes to Terrell Henderson.
It's like your,
It's
good
your
morning-
award.
It's your
That's
good
your
morning.
award.
It's your good morning. It's your good morning. Bit.
Good morning,
Y'all
Cowboys.
give up. Y'all give up
we
football.
need to start the show off right because
Good morning, Facebook.
because there's going to be a lot of people popping back on the Lamar Jackson bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
No, they can. No, nobody needs to hop on anything.
I mean,
you
that's
got
all
a
right.
message for those people who were crapping
You
on
stay,
him in the first quarter.
they stay where you were. Y'all stay where you are. Nobody.
Cheer for Josh
nobody
Allen
needs-
this weekend.
Yeah, they can cheer for Josh Allen. That's cool. I'm excited for that matchup, Marlon and
Throughout the
Stephon.
week, I'm sure we'll talk more about. That's going to be a great
Yeah.
matchup, though.
Yeah, it is. But I just want to make sure that
He said Jason said he was playing. I
he's
respect
playing.
that. You took a hell of you took 2 minutes to say you were playing. You let me go on a whole rant.
Well, thank you, bro. That was very, very good. So you gonna hang out now?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Can I-
We can kind of talk about the game.
Yeah.
if
But
we
can I
want.
have my seat back?
Oh, see, this is why I wanted the chair, but not see.
Fine, you stay in the chair. No, King Lamar can sit in the chair today,
No.
but I need my seat back.
Okay, so I'm just.
Hey, that was good, Jason.
No,
Jason's
scoot over. You
smart.
can scoot over.
Jason wanted to listen to your rant. That's what he
You
just
mean
said.
so you want your spot back?
I'm listening, Jason.
Yeah. Are we really getting specifics about chairs and spots now?
Well, no, I'm
What
saying you don't want the chair back. You want your spot.
I thought they went 2 and 2, bro. And you're over here rolling all over court and everything.
Jason wanted to listen to your rant, so.
Go ahead.
Well,
I
man,
go
look at
on
us.
the
We're
lines.
kind of close, aren't
Over
we?
here, making your own stool now. Look at this. I guess you're joining the show permanently, huh?
Well, now that we kind of started with Ravens, I mean, we just looking at the stats because I haven't pulled up. Just like you said, King Henry, who? What did we say in the show? The show last week, Marco. The
What did we
way
say?
You beat the Titans is if you. Sorry, I say Titans kind of funny. The way you beat the Titans is if you
If you got Godzilla.
limit
Right.
Henry to under 100 yards. Ravens said they wanted to limit him to under 90 because they have a great analytics program.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's related, but they wanted to limit him to under 90. We saw that Henry is 3-3 when his team is 3-3 this season when he doesn't have more than 100, 13 yards. And
Well, we
look-
saw also they're 6-10 when he doesn't rush over 100 yards.
And what happens? 40 yards. He didn't even have a game. Exactly like when our Chiefs held him 69, under 70 yards. This is what I was telling you yesterday.
I just realized he's our
Didn't
poppy.
Didn't the Packers? Oh, the Poppy. See.
But you're right. What did they do? The Titans said, "Hey, Ryan Tannehill, you have to win the game for us." And that's when you guys said, "Thank goodness, here
Yes,
we go."
because that's the same
It's
thing.
the Tannehill time.
Because that's the thing. You cannot let the Tennessee Titans get a lead on you, and that's why it was very important when Lamar broke off for 40 yards and scored that touchdown. That was huge for the Ravens because it changed the momentum of the game and it put pressure more. Because look, Vrabel only knows how to coach when he's up. He definitely did not know how to coach when he was down. And they definitely don't know how to. And their offense does not. Yeah, because the Patriots were hardly ever down. And their offense, the Tennessee Titans offense, put it in Ryan Tannehill's hands, and they will lose the football game. It's amazing. But the fact that the Ravens held Derrick Henry to 40 yards rushing, what
did the Packers hold them to that one the game they blew them out that night?
Armand, look that up because I don't know. But
Packers,
one key play from that game, I will tell you, Derek Wolfe coming up big on
98
stopping Derrick
yards,
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Henry had 98
He did
yards.
very well the first game. too.
Packers against the Packers. And look, Tannehill, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 11 for 24. Of course, AJ Brown is a monster, and we saw that the first drive. But then, like you said, where was he after the first drive?
Because he wasn't doing any of the OPI anymore. That first drive for the Tennessee Titans, there should have been two different OPIs called on that. The one that got him to the 7, the pass to that tight end. AJ Brown was pushing after the 2 yards on his cornerback, and then of course the push on Marlon Humphrey in the end zone. 2 things there that could have been called offensive pass interference. And then they want to call offensive pass interference on Willie Snead when he's just running a route. The cornerback ran into him. The defense made contact with the receiver. The receiver did not make contact with the defender. It was just it was just odd. And watching what had happened in the Colts and Bills game the day before, it's kind of hard to not think, does the NFL getting a little more involved than we think when it comes to the officiating? It's kind of it showed 2 times. Where are you going? You got some more coffee to make? Coffee to pour? Oh no, Terrell. What are your final thoughts on last night's game before you take on the Bills?
before we take on the Bills.
I'm sure we'll talk to you again before.
I love
We'll talk. We'll obviously preview the games on our Friday show, but today we're
my final
recapping.
thoughts. Are just I'm just proud that we got the win. Proud, honestly, it was more so. It's crazy. It was more so about Lamar's first win, honestly, but I completely forgot because they said it on Skip and Shannon this morning. That was our first playoff win in like 6 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's been a long time coming. That's crazy.
And
So,
didn't Harbaugh move most on the all-time list of road playoff
yeah,
wins? He moved up.
He got 8.
That's legendary.
Yeah, he got 8.
Armand,
Working on 9.
Armand,
Working on
here,
9.
pick up Armand's mic. Armand, you have a hot mic. You can't just leave it sitting somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did someone say
Put it
something?
on your shirt.
Oh.
No, it's just when it falls, it makes noises.
Oh, well, where should I put it?
On Terrell's shirt, on a different shirt.
Oh, sorry, Terrell. Next time, my sweaty
Well,
hands-
I don't know why you're apologizing to me. I didn't know it was supposed to go on me.
Oh, because if one mic is making ruffling noises, then that's just man. Why are we even here in the first place? Okay.
And that's
And that's coffee's on.
And that's coffee's on.
And that's-
No one's asking any questions. They all were just listening. It was kind of
Jason is.
Jason was asking what he wanted to hear. Jay wanted to hear Terrell's rant a little bit more, but that was your
that's
rant.
his nickname.
Jay,
Jay.
we call him Jay. That's
Alright.
his nickname. That's a nickname.
J-Lo, it's J-Lo.
I thought you knew that.
Oh,
Jason's nickname. That's Jay.
I didn't realize it. I always just called him. I didn't realize I was. Oh my god! I feel.
What did you knock over?
this?
Oh. Anyway,
I didn't realize it was Jay Lay. What? I always just called him Jay Lay. Nobody ever said Jason.
but yeah, because no one
that
knows called
name
it.
never came.
It's like Everett and Terrell. Ain't no one call you Everett unless you back
I
home.
never told them that.
Oh.
That was my name.
I don't think that's like it because it's a nickname versus going by your middle name, right?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how all that works. But yeah, Jason Lay is Jay Lay.
Aw,
There you
I
go.
love Jay Lay. That's
There
my
you
boy.
go. Yeah.
People call
Like
me-
Sammy calling you Poppy.
Yeah.
Peg Gardner's drinking coffee in Springfield, Missouri. Springfield, Missouri.
Can I have my mic back? You don't want to look.
You're gonna be more responsible with the mic?
What's okay? So
Yeah,
next
see,
time,
you ain't
this is
gonna
what's
get
gonna
that out
happen.
of
Next
it.
time I pour coffee, I'll keep the mic on me and I'll walk, and
I
then
don't
that's
want
gonna
to
tip
do
over. And
No,
then
what
what's
I
gonna
was saying
happen?
was you just give it to him next time, or else it'll fall on the ground like it just did when you're gone.
You always messing up, man.
Hey, Nickelodeon,
Poppy, he's
we need some slime cannons up in here.
yeah. I will.
'Cause I'll tell you what, that was a perfect idea by the NFL to put the most boring playoff game. You're gonna slime me.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
You're on a tangent today.
No, you just got me with this mic. Mike.
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 That's another thing. Soul going up for best picture of the year at the Oscars. Oh yeah, that's another conversation
That's
to have on
such
another
a-
day.
You know they're putting up Wonder Woman. They want Wonder Woman to be put up for
Yeah,
Best Picture.
I saw your tweet.
Mhm. Yeah, we ain't gonna
You
get into
agree,
all,
right?
we ain't gonna get into all of that. There was something circulating on Twitter. We're gonna talk about the divisional game. The Chiefs,
a lot.
the Chiefs and Browns. They're taking on, or they're going at it.
Jackson.
Oh man, do you want to talk about Browns and Steelers last night? Robert Jackson.
Man.
Let's check out Robert.
That was a crazy game.
Congratulations to Baker Mayfield and the Browns defense
And the
First
Gray
quarter
Browns.
on a fantastic performance. And this, I'd like to congratulate the Steelers center on effing that up on the very first play. Congratulations to you, my friend.
You
Change.
couldn't have just said screwing that up.
No. Hey.
No, hey, but you guys got to give more credit to the Browns left guard who was signed off
Robert
the Bra-
Johnson.
Yeah, is that what that was his name? Robert Johnson.
Jackson is the cornerback who was getting killed.
But
on
Robert Johnson
and almost gave
was
up
the
the
left
game.
guard. And Robert Jameson's the right tackle. And Robert Jennings.
They were talking
Do
about.
not
are you
listen.
talking
Do not
about
listen
Dunn?
to Armand. Do
Are
not
you
listen to
talking about?
Armand.
You're talking about Dunn, right?
No, it wasn't done. It was a left guard that they had just signed off the Jets practice squad. Came in for Dunn because Dunn had to leave the game, and he did not allow a sack in the game.
Dunn was in the game like most of the.
I saw a tweet today say they had to put in a left guard that was signed from the.
Yeah, Dunn was
Yeah,
done.
Dunn
Dunn
was in
was
the
Dunn.
game most of the time because they were praising Dunn at first.
They were praising. No, you're right.
I
They were
specifically
praising
remember
Dunn at
Collins
first,
was praising him.
And then he was done.
and then he was done. They
I
had to-
clearly remember, yes, him being done. Yes, I know what the pun is.
Who was done?
Can you
Done.
I know what the pun. Yes, I know what you're doing, but I'm saying that was late. That wasn't as early as you guys are saying it was. That didn't happen as early.
No,
as
I'm not saying that it was early.
So when do you
Fourth
think
quarter, when second half when the game mattered.
So you're praising the guy for not giving up a sack in the fourth quarter.
He was signed to the practice squad just this week, and he literally met Baker Mayfield in the locker room prior to the game. He was literally someone that had
but Marco, they were blowing them out.
It's still a wild card game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were trying to mount a comeback, and going up against Casey Hayward.
Didn't they
and that
already
Steelers
score
team.
like twice? The game was basically over by the time they put that guy in.
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah, he was done too. Yeah.
You crazy man, but I thought you were gonna add something more. What do you got
Shout out to Sam, man. He gets his blood pumping.
over here just yelling?
Dude. Yes.
Yeah, he
Bruh,
gets a
you're-
little excited. Well,
Listen, the Browns took care of business last night in what was Baker Mayfield's best game of his career, and not
or best quarter.
best
All they
game.
needed
Best
was
game.
a-
No, it was the game, bruh.
3 touchdowns.
Bruh, for how much the
That-
Browns were relying on him to throw the ball in the second half when they didn't just want to run out the clock, they were taking so many risks, but you know what? It paid off, and Baker Mayfield got the job done because they were getting it done on those play actions. For some reason, the Steelers defense kept falling for the play actions, and that's where the game got.
They should have put Mason Rudolph in.
Man, I thought you guys were gonna take this serious today. What is up? Mason
Okay.
Rudolph done puns. Silly
Yeah,
guy over there.
That's him, man. I don't know what.
I know he
You thought
woke
they were
up.
gonna put
He woke up.
Mason Rudolph in?
He woke up this
Man.
morning feeling like a
Man,
comedian.
That's a joke. But listen, when they put Mason Rudolph in, they only lost by 2, and they weren't down 28-0 in the fourth quarter.
Well, one, the defense played a lot better. 2,
Bruh, the offense still put up 37 points.
Man,
And
man,
Roethlisberger
man.
put 5. I know it's garbage time stuff, but you have to make a comeback somehow.
Yeah, Rudolph is not. You're not making a comeback with Rudolph.
No.
They should-
I doubt you guys would see that I was joking. You really think I seriously would think Mason Rudolph?
You were saying it with a serious face. It's written all over your face.
It's more so a
It's
joke. 'cause
written all over your
remember
face.
when we were watching the game?
You don't have to say a
Remember when we were
word, but
watching
yet
the
you
game?
keep talking to me.
Yeah, this guy, Poppy. Yeah.
I don't know. I know.
Remember we were watching the game with Ben, right? Our
Yeah.
good friend Ben Archiogi, who's
Yeah.
teaching right now.
Artichoke, yep.
And then remember that he said that, oh, don't worry. All
Oh, yeah. I knew. We talked about it last week.
Why I made that Mason Rudolph reference, but I guess either my reference was bad or it went over your guys' head.
You know what? I'll tell you what. It just went in the ground.
Yeah,
It didn't even make sense.
yeah, that's about most of the things you say too.
The
Anyways,
reference came with a long explanation, but
It
no,
did.
they shouldn't have put in.
now
The
we're
re-
seeing eye to eye.
Yeah, because you had to explain it.
Mhm, because it didn't go.
But they shouldn't have put Mason Rudolph in.
I should make
in-
my comments simpler.
Yeah, Mr. Algebra over here. Mr. Algebra, what does your mathematician mug say?
Well, it's funny you said it. It is a little dirty because I tried to put some. Oh, you're gonna see your favorite camp. Holy moly! Whoa!
I thought that's why you showered today. You wanted to look
Yeah, I
good
know,
for the
but that
Armand
was
camera.
way too close. Mathematician.
Don't drop that mug.
Math
In the least obvious way.
mathematician.
And you did that in the least obvious way, and then you had to explain it. We had to see the formula come to fruition.
a peculiar.
Anyway,
Yeah. Silence? Is that what y'all got?
yeah, that's what we all do here. We just sit in silent and drink our coffee.
This is coffee's on.
Yes. Credit to the Browns though, because doing it with Kevin Stefanski back at home, and not even playing with. And you bring up already Robert Jackson, the backup cornerback that had to come and fill in, where the position was very, very slim. It's just, we're in a laughing mood because
The Browns won't cover.
It's
If the thing is 10, they're gonna get blown out.
with a double-digit line.
you heard it from Terrell. We
Yeah,
didn't say it. That's just
I don't know what a quick. If we're gonna touch on a quick preview, if we're gonna touch on a quick.
The Chiefs are gonna kick their ass.
If we're gonna do a quick preview on the Chiefs and Browns, it's gonna be. I gotta see who's coming back, and also, are they gonna have another COVID problem this week? Because for some reason the
We might
Browns
not know.
have had like what 3? Have they had 3 problems this year with COVID? Maybe
Sure.
two
They
different
had, like,
problems.
3 of their corners out yesterday.
Well, that's what I'm
And their head
saying.
coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Andy Reid is one of the best coaches of a bye. 19-1, you said?
Yeah.
19
And the one loss coming against the Chiefs the year before you came and coached them on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, that's a great point. Coming off the Andy Reid's record coming off the bye.
The Browns are
But I just, it's a playoff game. We've seen how they came out. The Chiefs just cannot have any mental lapses like the Steelers did. It's kind of crazy. Compare that to Super Bowl 50. The Broncos were right out of it. Right after that muff snap in the end zone that ended up for a touchdown for Seattle. It was kind of the same thing that happened yesterday, except, Cleveland's defense was not as good as the Seahawks defense, and we saw that. Why? The Steelers were able to get garbage time points. What's up?
No, nothing. It was just a small. I felt snarky making that.
What's up?
It wasn't Super Bowl 50.
No, Super Bowl 49?
Yeah, 40.
49, 48. I'm thinking Super Bowl 50 because the Broncos were in
48,
that.
you're right, 48.
48, yeah.
50.
You know which one I'm talking
But
about.
I thought with 50, what a boring Super Bowl. Super Bowl, it was Super Bowl 50. It wasn't the Roman numerals.
Yeah, no.
Broncos, Panthers.
But one thing that was interesting coming out, people are already talking about the headline. What are you over there, Mark?
I'm just making jokes to him. I was just seeing.
No, this might be the last time Terrell ever come on the show. If you two have a conversation.
I don't know. What did you say, Marco?
No, I was gonna say one of the headlines, the early headlines that's coming out already for the game on Sunday, is that people are talking about this is Kareem Hunt's coming back game to Kansas City, and they're making it that angle that the Cleveland Browns. Writer today. I'm gonna make sure I get this right because he tweeted this out this morning on Twitter, and it was one of the first things I had seen on Twitter.
And
Tony,
he had an Instagram video too.
Did he? I see. I didn't see.
Last night.
Tony Grossi, the Browns and NFL analyst for TheLandOnDemand.com, 850 ESPN Cleveland, and Fox Sports Ohio. He tweeted out this morning or yesterday at 11:26 p.m. I saw this morning. Forgot about this angle. Kareem Hunt returns to Kansas City seeking to topple the team that gave up on him. Well, first of all, man, if you're going to tweet out something, make sure you got your facts straight because the Chiefs did not give up on Kareem Hunt. If we know at the end of the day, the Chiefs, you can go back. There's an article on ESPN from an interview that he had with Lisa Salters back when he was trying to still get back in the league after he had gotten cut. And the Chiefs had told Hunt and had said that Hunt was not truthful in his discussions with the team about what happened, and it was leading to the decisions to part ways with him. Also, Kareem Hunt put him, his actions made it so that he had crossed the line that we had seen been crossed before in the NFL, and there was 100. If the Chiefs didn't cut him, then there was going to be problems. And Hunt confirmed that he had lied in those discussions with Clark Hunt. And the fact that he couldn't even own up to his actions and what he did when it's on film, it's just, that tweet is false, and it's not the angle that we should be looking at going into this football game. Let's talk about two quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield. Let's talk about Baker Mayfield and where he's come as a number one quarterback. Let's talk about
Sex, baby.
Let's talk. Hey,
baby. Let's talk about
all the good things and the bad things.
Who knows also what's gonna happen with the Browns. It's Monday morning, and they're already coming out with that angle. They're not looking for the right angle for this game. This is such a big matchup. Browns getting their first playoff win, going on the road now to Kansas City as a 6 seed. Boom. Another headline that you could have done. It's just Monday morning, and this stuff is already too early in the week.
Well, no, crazy stat. Not really that crazy. Well, but Baker's the oldest quarterback in the AFC divisional round.
There you go. Boom.
That's
there you go.
Crazy.
And that's crazy to think, coming from an era that we grew up in where it was Roethlisberger, Brady, and Manning. We're starting to see the new era of quarterbacks that, the last 4 years we've seen grown, and now look at where they're at. And then it's kind of crazy on the other side. You got Rodgers, Brady, and Breeze, and
the old era.
And then Jared Goff, or if it's Goff. Goff.
Yeah, you're right. Sam's right. That's 4 emojis because that's us 3 and him.
It's crazy how we just came up with a headline for this game.
Here comes.
on that.
Here comes.
What'd you guys think them starting off with a top 40 countdown for the
I thought it was awesome.
Nickelodeon?
I thought it was pretty creative.
Yeah.
Not like I was watching that top 42, but it was pretty.
To
It's a
It's a shame. It's a shame. A better game couldn't have followed.
But like you said, it was perfect. Like, oh, I see what you mean. But it was perfect. They picked that game though, because if we think about it, there were 4 great playoff games. There was a great Nickelodeon game, and there was a great collapse that we kind of enjoyed.
Great.
Yeah, and the Bears were kind of in it.
They were in it by
But-
score, but they weren't in it.
Hey, that's
that.
I know.
If
But
you-
the scoreboard did not tell the full story in the first half.
That Wims guy gave up the. Yeah, they for some
They
reason
could have
after
been
that-
in it.
For some reason after that they weren't in it.
Trubisky played like his job was.
It's
on
all.
hold for
It's
the
because
first
they're. It's like what we saw with the Titans. Vrabel took his team out of the game. Nagy didn't even give his team a shot.
We should talk about your deep hatred for the Browns. Marco's hatred for the Browns runs deep, everyone. Ever since
Why
he
are we
was
going
born.
back to the Browns? Why are we going back to the
Ever
Browns?
since
Can we
Marco
talk?
was born, he's always wanted the Browns to lose, and so far they've always lived up to Marco's expectations till recently. Now his favorite team gets to beat on them in the playoffs. He's very excited. You should be happy to talk about that, man. You were excited. Robert Jackson.
But I'm talking about Bears. I'm talking about Bears, man. I'm talking Bears. I'm talking Bears and Saints.
That game. Why are we talking?
Because
about
because there's something to take away from it. The fact that their pre-kickoff show was a top 40 countdown of SpongeBob clips.
No, we're
That-
talking about Nickelodeon's
Production, yes. I'm talking about because that's something you take away. Nickelodeon got to broadcast an NFL game for the first time ever. That is history right there in itself.
So you're not talking about the Bears and Saints.
Well, it leads into it. It ties in with it. It's the same conversation. Unlike the Browns that you keep diverting it to, the Browns had nothing to do with that production yesterday. They weren't on the field yesterday. They were on NBC last night. They were on the other channel that starts with it. They were on NBC, not Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon starting off the football game last night yesterday afternoon with top 40 countdown. That was great. That was great advertising. Had a little to do with football, but yet it was getting so much conversation. You got
What
on
had
Twitter
to do with football?
the countdown yesterday. The opening, yes, you can say because it was SpongeBob.
You're only talking
football.
about the countdown of the production. You're not talking about during the game too.
It leads into that. You gotta talk. We will get to that part. I was talking about that
Damn,
part.
it's a long ass. This is a long intro to get to the.
Well, because I keep getting interrupted.
You got interrupted. You've been talking the whole time. It's like 3 minutes. It's
Yeah,
been like 3
I'm
minutes.
usually not this quiet.
This is a long introduction to get to the rest of the production.
Are you done? Well, because you
So
diverted
this
the
is the point
conversation
in
from
the
the
show
Browns.
I didn't realize you were still on that. I gave you the whole
Comments,
floor.
No, you did not.
concerns.
You had 3 minutes.
answering-
All right,
Every
what stood out from the production yesterday for you, man? What'd you like about it
The
on there?
slime cannon.
Yeah.
Young Sheldon.
Yeah,
The animations that when they cut the commercial, they had the little.
That was
characters
great,
running
yeah.
around doing all that good stuff.
it's kind of like that was being talked about on Twitter yesterday. Kind of like I was saying, kind of like I was talking about.
All right. Well, I feel like you're just diverting everything to our argument.
It's not.
So here's this. I
Sam
think
was.
Sam's a big fan of the Knicks because last show he was asking a lot about them. Are the Knicks the NBA version of the Browns, or is it too early?
Oh, I said okay. I follow that. Can they make playoffs? I don't know. Maybe it's too early.
I think that's what he means.
That's too early. It's
I think it's way too early
It's
because it's not
72
even
games to be
25% of the season.
Yeah,
right?
they
It's
only
still
play-
at 12%
That's
of
72
the
games to
season.
be played. It's way too early.
They only
That's
played.
different.
They only
That's
played
different.
10 games so far.
That's
Mhm.
different than that's much different than 17 or 16 weeks. Well, I mean,
That's like judging an NFL team after what, 2 games? Is that math correct? 2 out of 16, one. You said
it's about
you said
like
10
two-
out of
it's
70,
about
so
like
1
two-
out of 7,
about
2
like
out of
two-
16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
games.
that's like judging a team after 3 NFL games. But
Yeah,
maybe
see, like
who
the
knows?
Raptors are 2-8. They could turn that. You could turn that around.
They could turn the beat around.
Maybe. I mean, Pascal's the operating special, as they say. But
Well, they also don't have. They learned that. Oh, they thought. I almost said Ibaji. I'm so dumb. I can't remember. Serge Ibaka. I
Serge
forgot.
Ibaka.
Right? They
Yeah,
let
well,
him go
I-
thinking he's nothing. Right?
well, I didn't think he was. I didn't know he was that important either.
And maybe
I
they
didn't know
are
he was that
just.
important to that team either.
Maybe it's
Apparently
other
he was.
things, but They were a good definition of a good team, right? Of course, they had Kawhi, they had the club, but they had great other pieces.
Right.
A couple of years ago, last year, they were still a 2-seed, a pretty good 2-seed.
Yeah. Do you have something to say, Terrell?
No, so they play the Blazers today. I think Blazers are like, honestly, they're like 5-6 point favorites. I forgot what it is, but yeah. He thinks that the Raptors, because it should be 2-9 after the Raptors play the Zers.
Well,
The Zers. The Zers. Is that what they call? Is that like a nickname for them? I never heard that before. The
That's what
Zers.
Sam said. The Zers.
Alabama plays
That's-
Ohio State tonight.
Yeah, Bama plays State.
Yeah. Oh, the Pelicans play the Mavericks tonight too.
The Pels play the Mavs.
That's a good game.
Yeah. What game? What if people are watching NBA tonight? What game should they watch?
Hey, Pelicans and Mavericks. If you have League Pass, watch the Blazers and Raptors.
Zers and the Raps.
The rest of the games on League Pass. So
Hey.
if you have League Pass,
There's good college basketball tomorrow.
yes, good college basketball.
We
Duke
play
Duke plays Virginia Tech.
Wisconsin, Michigan.
Wisconsin,
That's a
Michigan.
top 10 matchup.
Sam said OSU or Clemson. Clemson.
Don't put your money on Clemson, Sam. Don't.
Ohio State
That's
and
my
Alabama play
guarantee.
tonight. You get
I
Ohio.
don't think Clemson covers.
Hey, I got a question for Terrell because I was rooting for Clemson. He was big on Justin Fields, and now going up against Alabama tonight.
Oh,
How much of a
I don't
chance do
think-
you give the Buckeyes?
I don't think Fields will win tonight, but I hope he makes it a good game. I hope they make it a close game. Actually, yeah, they should make it a close game because Mac Jones is good, but like Fields is great too. So yeah, I feel like it'll be.
No,
close game,
it's
but-
because you said Clemson is what we're laughing at, silly. Clemson doesn't play today.
Devontae, yeah, this guy kills me.
Yeah,
Sam's
this-
killing me.
I
He's
think
talking to himself.
I think he's being silly.
Yeah, he is.
Sam, Clemson's
Sam.
not playing. Man.
Sam.
That game is not.
Sam.
That game's over.
Come on, Sam.
I think Clemson covered in that game,
Sam,
right?
you need some coffee.
Yeah, Clemson,
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
that game was already played. The results are in. Like,
Survey says.
Sorry, trying to multi-time. Sorry. But do you think Alabama is double-digit winning tonight?
Probably.
Alabama,
Devontae Smith will probably
Arkansas.
kill that defense, man. That's the Heisman winner. And if Jalen Waddle plays, I highly doubt he does, but I
They
don't
said
know.
he
He might
might.
surprise me. He might
That'll
surprise
be
me.
crazy.
I don't think he can.
They're gonna waddle on the
How many
field.
top 10 picks are we watching tonight?
8.
Really?
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I would.
There's
would-
4 off the top of my head.
You're
Maybe.
watching
4 off the top of my head is
two.
what I
You're
think.
watching 2.
All right. How many first? I mean, how about this? How many
I would-
first round picks are we watching tonight?
Okay, that's a lot.
That out of 32 picks.
Over under 7. I'm just throwing that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
Over under
8,
7. I feel
over
6.5. Over under 6.
Has Mac Jones been in some first round mock
Yeah,
drafts?
in
Okay,
the
I was gonna
first
say,
round.
yeah,
Like-
yeah,
in
yeah.
the first round.
Like, think of someone like the Bears. I think the Colts should look at the quarterback if they want to bring Rivers
That's
back.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, if
I'm-
Rivers comes back, which it seems like he would want to.
I'm thinking
he
of.
would- and
I'm-
he-
yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I'm agreeing with you because
Mhm.
let him get a year behind Rivers.
Teams that can kind of do the whole Mahomes under Smith thing.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see teams that
Yeah,
try to
this
copy
is-
that.
There's an article for this exact thing.
Oh, there we go.
Conversation.
Look at that.
We can look at NFL
Over on the
mock
Sporting
drafts.
News, what number are you reporting?
Fields. That's 1. That's for
You're
the
looking at
Jets.
The
Sporting
Sporting
News.
News.
Yeah, for Sporting.
It's a very
Sporting Kansas City.
very straightforward sports media outlet. That's the name. The Sporting News.
Devontae Smith to the Lions.
All right.
So,
Where they got so like
the Patrick
Just-
Certain to the Cowboys.
all right.
Oh, Patrick Certain. Yeah.
Any,
They're
So-
certain.
So I get a good look at this Chris Olave. Chris Olave, that's 4
right.
because he's projected to go to the Ravens.
Any chance Fields will be swapped at the number 1 pick? You think he might get taken number 1?
Okay,
I feel like we've seen crazier
I
stuff
counted
than
ahead
that.
of you. In the first 24 they have on Sporting News, they have 7 that are playing.
So there you go.
And
Probably
they
already
still
hit the over.
I don't think they even said what's his face, the Heisman winner.
They did say Devontae.
Yeah, he's literally the top
The
5
Lions.
I'm
or
a
top
bingo
10.
brain.
Wow, they said the Bears draft Mac Jones.
So there you go. Armand had said.
Yeah, I saw a tweet about that Bears.
Yeah.
Not like Trubisky's going to be a good, but then there's going to be some free agent quarterbacks, right? Like if Ryan goes a free agency, if Stafford goes a free agency.
Do you think Trubisky's kind of like a Darnold right now? Someone just in a bad coaching system? No. You don't think that Nagy is
I
kind of
don't know.
limiting him a little bit?
I mean, he was.
No, I think Trubisky's not a good quarterback.
All right, I was just curious because that argument has been made about
Well,
Darnold.
You want to put this on? I'm getting more coffee.
You put it on your laptop then.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can put it on your laptop. That's what I've seen you do that before and follow you out.
Ugh.
It's been a pleasure.
Are you off? Are you getting off?
I'm getting my.
You're gonna go play some Madden?
Yeah.
All right, you go play some Madden, man. I'm over here with my.
Oh, yeah. Entertain everybody.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'll
No,
stay
it's fine. It's fine.
stay
Does
tuned.
Watson get traded? Miami, Broncos, or Raiders? I think Miami's the most
I think that'll
realistic
play. I
one.
think that'll
Yeah,
play. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that plays out.
It has
I
to.
think
It
that
has
plays out.
to. Deshaun Watson is not going to play for the
I'll
Texans.
applaud the Texans if they do that because that'll actually save
I love
them.
it. I love it.
Thank you for joining us, Terrell. Go Flock, go.
Terrell Henderson, everybody.
We'll probably
They get yeah.
go Flock, go. He's gonna go play some Madden. All right. No AFC West. Yeah, no, he can't get traded to AFC West. I think Miami's the more realistic one. And we saw Chris Mortensen tweet out this weekend that he believes that and Chris, oh man, these cords are all tangled up. Chris Mortensen has tweeted out saying that Miami is probably the best suitor because of their assets that they got and the fact that they can trade another quarterback, give them another talented quarterback in Tua. Dang, rolling up my cords. And they got 2 first-round picks, but that's included in the trade. So it wouldn't necessarily be giving up a future pick, but they essentially be giving up what was a number 1 pick, or not number 1 pick, a first-round pick in Tua, and then 2 first-round picks, which includes a 3rd pick in the draft.
Let's do some trade play.
All right.
You're Miami, I'm Houston, right?
Yeah.
You're calling me. You want Deshaun? What are you giving me?
I'm just told you what I'm giving you. I'm giving you Tua and the 2 first-rounders.
2 and the 2 first round.
Yeah, and I feel like at that point,
So
Houston
the
has to
number
take
3
it.
and the 20-something or 30? I don't
Yeah,
know which
20
it is.
something. It's a 20 and something. But yeah, keep him out of the AFC West. That's someone that keep him out of the AFC in general. In fact, if an NFC suitor, like who would be able to afford? Actually, I don't know who else on that NFC side would be able to afford that
But
contract.
the thing is, does that matter? Is it going to be where does Watson want to go? I don't know how much of a say he has, but because of that clause in his contract.
No, it's not going to be where he wants to go because of that clause. It's going to be where Houston.
But doesn't he say he wants to go to Miami?
I don't know.
There's some
I
reports
don't
saying
know.
that?
I don't know. I'm not.
I don't think.
If I'm
Okay.
Deshaun, I'm wanting to go to Miami though because of what's there already, and the fact that, oh my God, they got.
What about a
they
team
got-
like Chicago or a team like Washington if they don't want to keep Heineke?
Mm.
Those are 2 good options because those are good teams. Of course, Chicago we talked about, they don't have the offensive weapons.
Mhm.
Washington, a great young team. Sam said yes. I'm just going to give myself the benefit of the doubt. He's saying yes to me.
No,
But,
he's saying yes to Watson getting traded out of the NFL or getting traded out of the AFC if possible. Dude, the estimated cap for the Bears right now is they are for the next season they are under the cap. Or excuse me, they're over the cap by just 186,000. So I don't know where they'd be able to.
Did Danny ever try and do stand-up comedy?
What? Danny's a comedian over here. Like what?
Danny, when's your bit? Let us know. We'll
Yeah.
support.
Did you quit your job or something?
Yeah.
Should I be concerned? You know,
'Cause-
Mom's watching this too. Like you can't just be.
Because you know what
putting
he's
that out
doing
there.
right now? He's laughing with his
Yeah,
coffee
I
in the
know.
hotel. He thinks that was really funny.
Sitting in Springfield, or where is that? Fort Scott, sitting in Fort Scott in his hotel, drinking his coffee.
Speaking of Fort
Once we figure
Scott,
out how to get guests on this show, we'll figure out how to get guests on this show.
you know what I was hearing a lot over the last couple of days?
What were you hearing?
The Army helicopters. They've been coming through.
Really? They are going to. Is that Fort Scott? Where they go?
Fort Scott,
Fort-
Fort Hayes, Fort Riley.
Somewhere.
I think at the
Fort Riley.
forts.
Fort Riley.
Fort Riley. Fort Riley.
Fort Riley. Over there, close to Manhattan.
Minute.
Yeah, that's a funny question. Should she? No, there's no trade out there worth trading Mahomes. Plus, also, did you see after the Bills game? They had announced that there's rumors that Josh Allen's going to get an extension that would make him the highest paid quarterback. What would that look like? Because Mahomes' salary. I mean, is it going to be the highest paid in just the next year?
Because isn't Watson's? It's gonna get paid more in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Or he
Yeah.
should have been paid more than 5 years than Mahomes, right? But Mahomes it's a long one. It's 10.
Sam, have fun, man. The full timer, our full timer, first one out there. Go to work, man. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. Our full timer's got to go to work. In Touch Solutions. Get in touch with Sam Valdez at In Touch Solutions. He'll be the solution to getting in touch.
Your solution.
We just found your solution to getting in touch with Sam Valdez.
Getting
He's
in
right
touch
there.
with Sam. You can
I'm
go
sorry,
for
but
it.
I seen the message. I wanted to tell him bye. But what were you?
You're right. No, I kind of forgot. I don't know what we were talking about. Yeah. Well, it was like we were playing telephone when Terrell was here because I'd be talking to Terrell and see what would pass through. But
Right.
now
that's what it
now
has
it's
to.
different.
Yeah.
Now it's the two old guys on the Muppets.
Oh, we were talking about Manhattan. We were talking about man. What were we talking about?
Fort Riley, the helicopter.
Oh, we got to figure that part out. There.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. So what would that look like? What would that money?
Wow,
look
we
like?
really forgot what we were talking about.
And for that rumor to come out and after a wild card win against the Colts that was still a close one because refs kind of made it close in the end. Ooh, excuse me, not the table. What's that contract going to look like? And oh, I totally did that to your coffee. I'm sorry.
No. Don't worry. I did that earlier, so you're fine.
But what will that look like?
Let's see.
What will that look like? Because and why? Why would you want to make him the highest paid quarterback out there after just one wild card game? He's about to play. We were just talking about it earlier in the show. It looks like that Bills and Ravens is going to be the one that everyone's going to be wanting to watch this divisional weekend, and those two are going to be going up in their biggest games in their playoff career, and they're still in that room where it's just you would think it would come after a bigger game, and maybe and you know what? I'm not a Bills fan. I hadn't seen my team win a wild card or playoff game since the '90s, so I don't. I mean. It's just there. You know what I mean? And that goes to show you that, and it's been shown before in the past with Derek Carr getting his contract, Ryan Tannehill getting his contract in Tennessee. The quarterbacks are overpaid sometimes.
Well, here we go. You asked what it looks like.
Let's hear it.
Here are the average annual salaries. This is from Sporting News, but it doesn't have Watson here, so I'll have to add that in. But Mahomes is $45 million. Wilson is $35 million. Big Ben, $34 million. Aaron Rodgers, $33.5 million.
His salary next year is going to be $41 million, $41.25 million.
Who? Russ?
Roethlisberger. Yeah, because Goff this year is the highest paid quarterback by yearly salary.
And I think Watson's was 39. So let's say, and the reason I stopped there, the next guy is Goff and Cousins at 33.5 and 33. I think it's safe to say that Allen is better than those two. I'm not saying he's in the realm of Rodgers, Big Ben, Wilson, Mahomes, but I'm saying in payment, I think those are the people that he would be compared to. So that means, to answer your question from whenever ago, that's probably what it's going to look like, right? $35 million, give him Wilson money, $35 million a year. Right? If we're trying to create a contract, this is what Watson signed, a 4-year, $156 million, included a $27 million signing bonus, $110 guaranteed. So maybe they put a lot that's guaranteed compared to Mahomes is $141 guaranteed. How much was Goff guaranteed? He was guaranteed in the hundreds, right? So that's probably going to be a lot guaranteed.
Yeah. So I got averages for you, yearly averages. So Chiefs lead it right now, obviously, because Patrick Mahomes' average yearly is $45 million. The Texans and Deshaun Watson are second with $39 million.
Okay.
Seahawks follow Steelers and then Packers. Rams are just outside of the six with Jared Goff because he signed that $134 million contract. So they're definitely not going to sign Josh Allen to half a $1 billion contract.
Because they got to sign someone else that's as important
So
as Allen.
my guess-
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, my guess is that they're going to make him the highest average paid quarterback yearly. So it could be like it could be a 4-year or a 5-year that we saw with Watson, where it's 156 million, but obviously above that more. So yeah, because look at this, it's just ridiculous. Watson's right behind Mahomes, and there's a 6-year difference in between their free agency year. Mahomes being 2032, and Watson being 2026. Right now, the Bills, obviously with not Trubisky, excuse me, with Allen on his rookie contract, he's making about $5 million a year per average, and he's on that, and he was a $21 million. So we'll definitely see him jump up in the average, but that's what I'm taking away from it. I just thought it was very crazy to think about him being the highest paid quarterback, but they're definitely not holding on to him for longer than obviously Chiefs are holding on to Mahomes.
Of course, in a lot of ways it is crazy, but think of it from Buffalo's standpoint. They haven't won a playoff game since '94, other than 2-3 years ago. They hadn't been to the playoffs in like 20 years.
Yeah.
So to him, that's for people our age, that's their first great quarterback in a while.
Yeah. Like we said, what did we just talk about? The divisional round, the new era of quarterbacks.
The new era. That's
He's
just
part
like
of
with the
that new era.
Browns with Baker that we were talking a few weeks ago that should the Browns keep Baker? Should Baker get out of Browns? They got to figure something out, those two. But that's these teams that have been struggling.
You are absolutely right. You nailed it the ham on the head.
It's because we have a little experience in that we are Chiefs fans. Of course, we were spoiled with we got better than a pre-Mahomes quarterback. That didn't make any English, but we had Alex Smith is what I'm trying to say.
That didn't make any English.
We got kind of spoiled with him. But should Josh Allen be in the MVP talk?
No.
No, because it's already solidified that Rodgers is 1, Mahomes is 2. If someone wanted to do a top 3 or top 4, then of course Allen would be in there. But I don't think that's necessary because he's not going to be in the top 2.
Boom. If the NFL MVP was treated like the Heisman, then yeah, we would see Allen with Henry and Mahomes.
Exactly.
On
There
that
we
thing.
go. But that's the only reason why I stopped it at top 2. But yeah,
And Rodgers is the MVP,
of course.
regardless.
We talked about that last week, and of course that's based on regular season stuff. So
it is. Yeah. Yep. But I am curious to see what Allen will do follow up this season because he made that such progressive growth with the QB accuracy. Remember, they talked about it in the pregame on Saturday. They said that he made substantial growth that NFL scouts aren't used to seeing.
How much is that because of him? How much is that because they added a hungry top receiver?
Yeah, they're right. Hey,
he's not just a top receiver. He was hungry. What do we talk? Something in here has to mix with something in here.
What's the formula we talked about when building an NFL team, Armand?
Putting me on the spot. Head coach, quarterback, and then it's something in this group of 3.
Yep.
Your defense, your weapons, and your protection, meaning your offensive protection. I know defense, I'm kind of putting 11 players, or we're putting 11 players all in a big bubble. But basically, we're saying what's the most important? Who's winning your games? Who's winning that MVP or that Super Bowl MVP? That quarterback. And you need that coach before because we went through and looked at Super Bowl champions, and most of them fit that formula.
I'm trying to think. Was not Gus Bradley, excuse me. Was Sean McDermott the head coach of the Bills when they drafted Josh Allen?
Yes.
So Doug Marrone was already in Jacksonville
because
then.
he took them to that playoff game.
Okay, boom. So there we go. And that was Tyrod Taylor and Sean McCoy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Because my thinking is also that can be interchangeable and flipped with the quarterback and head coach.
It can.
But it's very vital that you get the coach before the quarterback.
Which who knows? Maybe Jets might try doing. Who knows? But that's Eagles Jets. That's a who knows. Maybe they don't reach the place that the Bills are trying to go. That the Ravens or the Chiefs or all that. The Browns would fit in the former category that we just said. But
yeah.
But I don't know.
And so Browns are a good case. You bring up the Eagles. I like that because I feel like this is a tryout year for Doug Peterson, a contract year if he isn't fired this offseason. Because they know they have a quarterback in Jalen Hurts who can play. And so in the full year 1 for him, let's see how he does with Doug Peterson. If it's not working out, which all signs that we saw at the end of the season, it should work. It could work out. Not should, it could.
They need to add some weapons there.
Yes.
Which leads us to the thing with Allen, right? They had the coach, they had the quarterback. Then what's next? They already had a solid defense. And
Because they just signed
I'll
their
be
defensive
honest,
lineman to a
yeah.
contract this
And I'll
offseason.
be honest, I don't know much about their offensive line, but we know something about their weapons. They have Stephon Diggs and moved Beasley down to a pretty good 2-3
He was
receiver.
no longer with John Brown and Cole Beasley, your 1 and 2s.
Exactly. They became 2-3, which is the whole Chiefs thing. These receivers, Sammy Watkins is going to be better than he usually is,
Yeah.
although he was really injured when he's not the top receiver, when he's not a top 2 receiver, when he moves down.
The Chiefs, Andrew Rosenthal.
Andrew Rosenthal has entered the chat.
Well, Rosenthal out there working. Well,
And
our
this and
newsman.
Rosenthal actually has tried to do stand-up comedy. That is an
He did try.
Yeah.
Did the Chiefs pick up Mitch Trubisky as a quarterback, as a backup to Mahomes in free agency?
Hell no.
Hey, if the price is right, if he's willing to sign a 1-year, $1 million contract, bring on Mitchell Trubisky as the backup. Because what did we learn from this year with COVID? And kind of just what we see, you got to have a reliable backup quarterback.
You do.
Look at the Rams. They had to go to their backup for a game that decided whether or not they were going to go to the playoffs or not.
But I don't think, and you're right, you are right, but I don't think that's.
I think Trubisky doesn't want to be a backup. That's what it comes down to.
The Chiefs aren't seeking out Trubisky as the best backup.
What up, Terrell?
But if
You're
it
giving me a look.
happens, it
Did you
happens.
not watch that Rams game? That guy got injured and they had to put Goff.
I'm
in.
talking about the Week 17 game against the Cardinals,
Yeah.
when the game to go to the playoffs, to get into the playoffs.
Which was a good
But I
point.
don't think Mitchell Trubisky is not going to be wanting to be a backup.
What if he goes to the Patriots? But they don't have weapons.
You can get weapons. They will
So
find,
what's a team that has weapons
but not a
doesn't
quarterback.
have a quarterback? Terrell, you can chime in.
What?
Team that has weapons but not a quarterback.
Broncos maybe.
Redskins.
Redskins. There you go.
Okay,
Redskins got
so
weapons, and we
football
like.
team.
Wait, that
Football
might-
team.
That Heineke guy might be. That Heineke guy might turn out all right.
Heineke might be it. Yeah, he might be the answer.
Who did
Who knows?
You say? I totally forgot.
It's Broncos. Are the Broncos in that
football
discussion
team.
right now?
That's great. Oh, who are they going to
The
be?
Minnesota Vikings.
You gave up on your guy Drew Lock?
I did.
Because Stafford might be
Drew,
available.
I had no respect for Drew Lock.
Mizzou faithful. What? Oh, Mizzou.
Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Boom.
Those are 3 good top teams
Dude,
that are going to look at Matthew Stafford, and I bet Stafford is going to look at the Vikings. Why? The Lions they paid him a lot of money, but they didn't give him a lot of help.
No.
They don't give that guy a run game.
Exactly. What if Stafford becomes a rival just like Favre went to the Vikings, went to his division rival? What if Stafford goes to the Vikings, takes them to the NFC Championship?
Our friend
game,
Brendan
just like Favre
Dorzinski
did?
says that was a hurting moment when Favre left to
It
go to
was.
the Vikings.
And he was an overtime away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And you know what he threw? He threw an INT that led
He
to the
could have
Saints
taken-
field goal.
He could have taken Green Bay to the Super Bowl when they lost to Giants.
So that's if Trubisky wants to go. And you know what? It might benefit Trubisky to go sit as a backup somewhere.
Which is what Bridgewater did at the Saints.
If-
What Winston's trying to do there.
But you know what's gonna be fun too this offseason?
Oh, we know.
Quarterback carousel. First of all, that's what we're talking about right now.
Wide receiver carousel.
Retirement stories.
Retirement
We got some 3
stories.
big ones. We got Rivers, we got Breeze, and we got Roethlisberger.
Yep, those
Who
are
are-
the 3 big horses.
Who are those 3? Is there going to be? There's a lot of retirement speculations. I don't think Rivers retires. I think you're looking at Breeze and Roethlisberger.
I think
as the 2 guys.
Roethlisberger should. I think Breeze probably should, even though poor man just wants another Super Bowl.
Danny's back with his comedic.
Hey,
Should-
you want to hear this? You want to hear this joke by Danny? Tell him, Marco.
Should the Ravens trade Lamar before he has to get paid? He can't throw. I don't know about that. That's a good one.
That's so funny, Danny.
You got Chuckles over here chuckling.
Yep.
Anyway, now
And then here's Terrell. He brought out his notepad. Now he's writing that down. 10:59 a.m. on the January 11th. Danny said this.
never forget. Never forget.
He keeps receipts, as he should.
But yeah, I like that question. It's a good question with Trubisky, but I just don't think it'll be curious to see because Chiefs backup may retire. Chad Henne may retire after this year, so they'll
Now,
be
with
definitely
the
on the
Chiefs,
market
when it
for
comes
one.
to carousels, is it going to be? Are they going to dip their toes in the wide receiver carousel? Are they going to try and look at someone up there? Are they going to try and look at someone who's being overlooked?
Possibly.
Move him into that 2-3 receiver spot. Of course, the draft. Whenever we want to talk about that, which we'll be talking about up until the draft, I'm sure.
Yep. We will be talking, and that'll be
Who's going
plenty
to be
of content.
getting a receiver? Because it's a good receiver class.
Hey, I'm glad that we talked about this today because we still got Wednesday show, we still got a Friday show to talk plenty of NFL playoffs, doing some previews of each divisional game.
This coffee really hit today.
Man.
I put honey and cinnamon in it.
Terrell's opening speech really hit today
It did.
because, Danny over here joking about Lamar. Give the man some respect. Everyone was trashing the MVP during his comeback season. It's hard to play. It's hard to be the reigning MVP in a comeback season. It really is, damn it.
It is.
Because you got to follow. You got
winning the Super Bowl.
You got to follow
as
up
an
that
MVP.
resume. Yeah, almost. Boom. You said it right there. What was that?
Almost as hard as winning the Super Bowl as an MVP. More people win the Super Bowl year after they get the MVP. Mahomes or Rodgers has done it, or Brady's. It could just make the list.
Let's see what happens. There'll be more telling.
We'll see who will be that guy who'll break that curse. Who will be the first one since Kurt Warner, right?
Right.
Winning the MVP
Right.
and then going to the Super Bowl.
Well,
I think time will tell. I hope we get that soon.
yeah, I'm with.
But hopefully not this year.
Not this soon.
Not this year, but
Well, thank you to everybody that came in today on this Monday's edition of Coffee's On. Whether you're an old viewer or a new viewer, thank you so much. You can go follow us on our Facebook page. You can like it as well. Thank you so much for coming out. We will have more on Wednesday. We'll talk some more. Whatever the conversation goes to on Wednesday. Who knows what world we'll be in on Wednesday? Who knows what the headlines will be?
before we leave,
Yeah, what's
Chiefs
up?
Chiefs should draft a receiver. Because you got your top two, you got Hill and Hardman.
As we're trying to end the show, the viewer number just went up a little bit.
It did?
I don't even know if we
Oh
should-
no.
I don't know.
Well, we were about to leave, but if you want to go
for it. Yeah. We can go to wide receivers.
because we can make another pot, or we can start eating.
We haven't even finished our first pot of
an early
coffee.
lunch, but Pringles shouldn't be the third receiver, unless you want to. You think Pringles
No,
should
not
be
the
wide
third. No,
receiver
not the
three?
third. But I want to see more of him. I want to see
Okay.
more. I want to see more of him after that week
So
17.
Pringle
game.
can battle with whoever we get in free agency and whoever we get in the draft, which is going to be good for all of them.
Yeah, because
And then maybe Hardman isn't that two receiver, but in this day, maybe the receivers aren't being counted 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You're going to put them in their different
Hey,
types of receivers.
at the end of the day, Chiefs need to go find a tight end. A real. They got. And I'm not saying that to bash on Travis Kelce or anything, but Travis Kelce, like we said, I don't think McCole Hardman is a two receiver because your 1 and 2 receivers are Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. You got to find yourself another tight end that can act that.
Maybe backup tight end learns under Kelsey. We always talk about backup learning under the quarterback. But now that we saw this leadership role that Kelsey kind of emerged in, he's no longer cheering after every first
Someone
down.
had to take over the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee after Cole quit left.
It was that something hit, and people we've talked to, they've all said that. So he's because not like I totally minded, but he was always cheering after every first down. Now, ever since he felt that he lost that Raiders game, ever since that, something clicked, and he knew he's who he is.
Got to find
Raj is here.
Raj.
Wow, Raj.
Raj with the O-line. Got to find the O-line. You're
Raj,
right. Hey,
you are right.
we'll save that conversation for Wednesday. We'll talk some
Yes.
Chiefs draft, but you know what? The
Yes.
season ain't even over yet, and we're already trying to figure out. And we're already trying to
Protect
figure out
your
where to fill the
investments.
holes on this team. The season ain't even over yet, and we're already having off-season conversations. I love the audience
because that's
man.
what
This
coffee
audience
does.
kills
We
me.
think about everything and anything. Our minds.
So it's like we don't. It's like there's not even a game tonight. But you're right. We're gonna be previewing more NFL on Sunday. That's what I was saying. You guys direct the conversation. Me and Armand we just go with it. That's why our viewers are so important to the show.
Follow us on the book,
Follow us on the book,
on the tube,
on the Facebook.
on the
We'll get into more draft
Twitch.
talk after the season. No, but that's very good. A very good question because DeMarcus's contract year is coming up, and Pringle had a nice showing in Week 17. So that will be something to look
Chiefs
forward
by
to.
10 on Sunday.
And that's
That is
enough-
a spread. Sorry.
No, that's the spread.
That is the spread. Danny
Yeah.
says Chiefs by 10. I'll be honest. I want to. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll talk about it Wednesday.
We'll talk about it when.
In the meantime, happy Monday, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
What does he say? Good morning, good afternoon,
Yeah,
and in
and
case if I don't see you, right?
Who's that?
That's what's his name? Truman Show.
Oh, go ahead. What is it?
I don't know, but it's like good morning, good afternoon, and in case I don't see you, good night.
Or goodbye, maybe.
Maybe goodbye.
Maybe goodbye
But good morning and good luck.
and goodbye. We'll be back Wednesday at 10 o'clock for another show of Coffee is On.